Hello, everybody, ladies and gents, the people in the sports world. What is going on? We are here once again at Rambling Ground to give you the sports news you need to hear, I think, in my opinion. But yes, we got a lot to unpack as always. We're here with you. I am your host, Robert Rios. Yeah, man, we're ready to talk some sports here. And joining me today on today's podcast is my co-host, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What up?
Yes, Danny, thank you for joining me once again in consecutive weeks for the first time in, it's probably been months, low-key.
Probably since years since the podcast started.
Yeah, basically. Respectively, I've had other co-hosts. Shout out to Jeremy, Tom, everybody. Daniel, Tom. But yeah, Danny's been the mainstay guy since the beginning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, we're gonna be talking a lot of sports. We're talking your favorite sport once again. This is why Danny's here, talking some basketball.
Yeah.
The NBA playoffs. We're officially now in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Then the second part of the show has us talking about the recently unveiled NFL schedules, which we'll not go into detail, but we'll see what we'll do there. And then in the rundown, the warm-up, as of this recording, the Pat McAfee show is moving to ESPN. But I would like to ask everyone, do you like watching sports talk shows on traditional media or through social media? Which me and Danny will discuss later. And then stick around towards the end for the rundown, where we just talk about a bunch of different little things in the sports world. But yes, Danny, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, but of course, I always got to ask you something personal. What you been up to? Anything new popping in the streets for you?
New? Not too much new stuff. Got a haircut yesterday.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Fresh cut. Oh, send me a picture. I need to see that.
Okay.
I need to see that.
Yeah, I'll send you the fresh cut. Just don't roast me.
Bro, if it's bad, I'm gonna be like, who cuts your hair? Who's your barber?
Cut your hair, and what's the gardening company? I need to mow my lawn.
Bruh. Me, fool. And I use the weed whacker. Watch out, bro.
Hey, keep that away from me.
Bro, I'll give you a bald cut. Buzz cut.
Come on. Yeah, not much for me.
Right.
What about you, Robert? Anything new going
on? Let me see. I don't know. I'm glad that the LA Galaxy won the other day.
Let's go.
No, yeah. And then, let me see. I feel like... Oh, I went to, Santee Alley the other day. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big. I didn't even go through the whole thing.
Oh, where's that at?
I was like, somewhere in downtown LA. It's like 20 minutes or so away from Crypto.com Arena. Walking, at least. Walking.
Okay.
So, if you were to drive, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, without traffic. But yeah, it's like a swap meet, but in Los Callejones,
Oh, gotcha.
I think it is Los Callejones. It's just that I was told it's called Santee Alley, and I was like, I feel like I've been here before. But I couldn't really identify it, but it's okay.
Okay. I'll see it. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, man, I just did a little bit of shopping, and now I'm here.
Awesome.
But alrighty, are you ready to talk some sports or what?
I've been ready.
Alrighty, for show. And of course, and this week's first topic, as I mentioned in our intro, we are going over the NBA playoffs, where we're now in the conference finals. Danny, I swear right now, bro, very quickly.
Yeah.
What did you think of the overall outcome of
in round
the semifinals between the Lakers and the Warriors?
Lakers and Warriors. Lakers strong showing. The Warriors kind of choked out. Jordan Poole disappeared. Klay Thompson, bad shooting nights. Draymond not known for offense, but typically even in the Sacramento series he stepped up. The Lakers, especially in that Game 6, really showed the potential that this team has with the little time that they spent together. Great defense, great offense, holding down the opponent to as little points as possible. Giving up.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Robert? What did you think?
I thought it was I mean, shockingly, I think our predictions were a little one game off, but
Yeah. I thought
I'm surprised.
I called in 6.
I think I said 5.
Oh, yeah. You were kind of crazy for that.
Cause, oh, whatever, bro. Anyways, I thought it was I'm a little surprised on how well they did in that game, in that last game at least.
Mhm.
Considering, like how you said, Klay Thompson, he did go cold. The past 3 games,
Yeah.
he was struggling. He was making shots here and there, especially in Game 5 when he needed them. But you could tell even in that game he was struggling.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole, yeah, he kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Draymond played as aggressive as he could, but it was not enough to stop this. I would say this offensive-minded Lakers team, even though they can play good defense at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad that it rolled my way at least.
Yeah. And someone who's typically very efficient, Andrew Wiggins, always has a quiet, efficient night. Double digits under the radar here and there, making big shots when it's needed. He went cold that last game too when they needed him. It's just unfortunate for the Warriors. Very fortunate for LA, for them to have a strong showing and for Golden State to have a poor showing. But
I don't know. Yeah, I was a little shocked on that, and they even said they're like, yeah, we were not a championship team.
Yeah, kind of scary for Jordan Poole. The type of rhetoric that's going on after. It seems like they're, now that it's done, saying that they weren't a championship team since almost 3/4 of the season through. They knew something was up. I mean, it started bad to begin with, and they had said that as well. But it sounds like they're gonna keep Draymond, and Jordan Poole might be headed elsewhere.
Tragic, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they didn't have the correct personnel.
Yeah.
Not that they couldn't compete with the Lakers, but they didn't have the personnel to play well in this edition of the postseason.
Yeah, and that punch heard around the world was too strong.
Oh gosh, yeah, I know.
Messed up the
that
whole
was weird too.
Team dynamic.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
But very quickly, can you talk about, in very quickly fashion as well, what were your thoughts about the outcome between the Nuggets and the Suns?
Oh, I mean, that it was just total dominance by the Nuggets. They played great defense, great offense. Kevin Durant was great for a couple of games here and there. Devin Booker played out of his mind. Probably the best playoff showing that he's ever had. But it just wasn't enough. Phoenix without Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton sitting out the last game. It wasn't enough. Denver showed how deep they were. And I think just in those longer series too, Denver is so deep, they don't have to play their starters 35, 40 minutes. They can put in their guys here and there, get their players some rest, mitigate injuries and make sure that their guys aren't tired. It just really showed that, Phoenix in that matchup made the wrong choice by setting their bench for KD.
No, yeah, and I would also like to point out, I was the one, I think, off the podcast that said that the Suns needed Chris Paul, and you told me I was crazy. You're like, oh, you don't need Chris Paul. What's Chris Paul going to do? Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. What is Chris Paul going to do?
Oh, whatever. What do you mean?
He
just said they needed him.
Yeah, they did need him, but he wouldn't have made a difference. They would have lost anyway.
How do you know that, though?
Because he makes the same exit every year with the injury.
Oh, my gosh. After he just said, oh, I got addicted to winning,
yeah,
he just happens to get hurt again.
It's every year, man. His hamstring, it's something with his leg, his butt muscle, it's always something with his lower body.
So what is he, Mr. Chandelier?
No, it's more like a...
we already have Mr. Glass.
Yeah, he's like a finicky light, like outdoor light.
What?
He's a porch light.
Oh,
that's what it is.
gosh.
He's a porch light.
He's Mr. Bowl. He's Mr. Porch Light.
He's a porch light. It's outside, so you don't really worry about it. And sometimes it goes out, but you're like, man, it's a hassle to fix. But then it comes back on again. And you're like, oh, okay. And then next year comes around and the same thing happens. You're like, I don't know if I should fix it.
Oh,
and then it goes out again.
If it ain't
and
broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. You're like,
every
day it flickers in, flickers out. You're like, I'll fix it tomorrow. And then it comes back strong. And then you just forget about it until it starts to flicker again.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good analogy.
Thank you.
But I would also like to point out, we were watching this game when it happened.
Yeah.
me and you,
Yep.
we happened to hang out that day, and you were like, "Yeah, this game's over."
Yeah.
In the second, when the game was low scoring, and the second quarter, was the Nuggets just went off and dismantled them.
Yeah. By the third quarter, you knew this game was already over.
It was over by the second quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you would think that KD and Kevin and Devin Booker might have like an onslaught of 40 points combined, and that would like bring the game back. But by the third quarter, you know for sure that it was never gonna happen.
Yeah, it was. The game was lost already.
Oh my god! And Phoenix knew it too. It was so quiet in that arena.
And they were so loud a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Even the game before, at home, was game 4. They were so loud, but
Yeah.
in that elimination game, it was like a library in there.
Mm-hmm. Moving on now, in very quick succession as well, what were your opinions on the outcome between the Knicks and the Heat?
Knicks Heat. I mean, you already knew. Like, game 5, gentleman sweep. Come on. Like, oh, sorry. Excuse me. It went to 6.
Dumbass.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of the previous Heat matchup.
Yeah, because we both thought the Knicks were done and dusted,
Yeah.
and they showed us they had a little bit more fight.
Jalen
But
Brunson
even then, it was
the only one who
still
showed
too
us
late.
that there was some more fight. Man.
Well, yeah, it was that game 3 was a joke.
Yeah. Game 3 was a joke. Game 4 showed the same. Game 5, Jalen Brunson showed up, forced game 6, and then in game 6, the Heat just put it away. Yeah, I mean it was close.
Easy peasy.
Excuse me. It was close up to
Lemon squeezy.
the end of the 4th, but then Miami just pulled away.
Oh no, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
But oh well, we were wrong on our pick. But what are you gonna do when the Heat? I wouldn't say they have. I think the Heat. Okay, bear with me when I say this. The Heat might be one of those last teams that has like a really big name on their team, with supporting cast.
Yeah.
Is that bad to say?
No, I think what you're saying is the Heat are one of the last like old school. I mean, I guess not old school, but like the 2000s era. You have one star, you pay him a lot of money because he performs for you, and then you just have the best supporting cast that you can string together without having another superstar and sacrificing the rest of your bench.
Okay, I would like to reiterate what I just said. They're not the last, but obviously because they had a super team a couple years ago, you know what I'm talking about.
But they're one of the
that's not
last
what I
with
meant
that
to-
structure. I see what you're saying.
Well, they're currently using that structure, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not that they're
I
the
agree
last
with you.
team to use it. Currently,
Yeah, I mean,
actually, no. I would say even the Nuggets might be kind of like that right now, but I would say the Heat more
yeah.
are because who else are you gonna? You told me Tyler Hero's out.
Tyler
That's the
Hero's
only other
out.
fool that
Yeah.
That's the only other guy I knew.
They got Kyle Lowry,
Like-
Kevin
Okay,
Love.
but no one's like mentioning
Duncan
them.
Robinson.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Bam Adebayo. Oh, how could I forget Bam Adebayo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me see. The next game, which I know you'll have very
Lord.
opinionated thing to say,
I don't even wanna
is
talk
that
about
well, I need you to talk about
Yeah, I
it
know.
for like a couple seconds.
Yeah,
So the 76ers
and the Celtics.
lost to the Celtics in Game 7.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Danny, can you give us? I know. All right, as quickest as possible. Like I said, you can say whatever you want.
This was
What'd you think?
a shrinking of Joel Embiid and James Harden. You know, the pressure was on. They both needed to perform. They both needed to be at least 20 points in. Tyrese Maxey did great as the third option, stepping up. Tobias Harris shrunk away. PJ Tucker tried to keep him in it. He had double digits early on. Just a masterpiece put together by Jason Tatum. As much as I hate to say it, he was just on fire. You know, he couldn't miss. He had to top Curry, dropping 51, breaking Curry's current playoff high for the season. But yeah, I mean, the Celtics look good. The whole time that that game was going on, you felt that Philly might be able to do it, but every play that could have gone the other way, Philly just failed to convert. they had multiple turnovers that they couldn't convert into points. There was a point in the third quarter, early in the third, where James Harden missed nearly a wide open three. It was like similar to that game. I think it was game 5 3-pointer that he shot over Al Horford to win the game. He, basically the same shot on the other side of the court. He missed it. It was a little more closed out, but he missed it, airballed, and the way that they were moving without passing the ball, Joel Embiid asking for ISO, James Harden asking for ISO, not looking for passing options to swing the ball around. It felt like they gave up. This was just a failure on the Sixers' part. I think they could have definitely taken this game away from Boston, but I'm too sad to even talk about it. This is ridiculous.
I mean, you had me on the Sixers bandwagon. I was believing in the process. They had those 2 wins. Could have closed it out. Couldn't. Now we go to Game 7. And, yeah, when I saw the scoreline, I was like, oh, no. And I texted you, and you're like, don't even talk to me right now, bro.
I didn't even want to talk about it. I still don't even want to talk about it.
Did you have money on this game or what?
No, I didn't have money on. I don't have money on any of these games, man. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not betting on someone having a cold or something. There's so many factors in this. This is ridiculous. I'd rather play a slot machine.
All right, we'll go to Vegas next time then.
Yeah, we will go to Vegas next time.
All right. But I'm glad that you got that off your chest because let's move on now to the most current iteration of the NBA playoffs, which I mentioned earlier. The Western Conference Finals are now taking place as of this recording, which we won't mention too much. But to give some detail, the Los Angeles Lakers will look to continue their postseason dominance over the Denver Nuggets when they meet in Game 1 of the 2023 Western Conference Finals. The Lakers, 43-39, the 7th seed entering the NBA playoffs, have won all 7 previous postseason series against Denver, including a 4-1 series win in the 2020 West Finals. The Nuggets, 53-29, the top seed in the conference for the first time, are just 8-25 against the Lakers in the postseason. The team split 4 regular season meetings, with the home team winning each time. Also, pointing out, Jamal Murray has picked up an illness and is listed questionable for the Nuggets in this series. And to go over the games at hand, Game 1 is May 16th on ESPN. Game 2 will be Lakers versus Nuggets, Thursday, May 18 at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. Game 3 will be Saturday, May 20th, 8:30 Eastern, ABC. And then Game 4 will be Monday, May 22nd at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then the rest, if necessary, will be on ESPN as well, which will read off on a later date if they do come to fruition. So, Danny, well, I'm going to start first, actually. I want to start first. I want to say some stuff, okay? Is that cool?
Of course, man. You got to ask me.
Okay. So, I want to say the Lakers are going to win because they've been playing so well. You've seen when they play sloppy, but you've seen when they play really good as well. I've seen the Nuggets play really good, but they played a team in the Suns that were always sloppy.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers, as a good team that, like I said, can play sloppy, goes up against the Nuggets, and how the Nuggets handle an actual good team in this round.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping LeBron stays consistent, that he doesn't just put up, if you're open, shoot the ball, but careless jumpers, careless threes, stick to your game, put up a shot when you need to, drive into the paint, put up a layup. If you need to, do your best Kobe Bryant impression, get into the lane, make some magic happen, and slam that son of a bitch in the hoop.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And
I think they definitely need to be driving more. The same strategy that they did in the past 2 series. Get to the rim. Don't settle for those threes. Get those fouls if possible. Exactly how you're saying. I need to see some Kobe Bryant driving. Getting those driving lanes. Get people to double you. Drive and kick. Open up that shooting a little bit. But I think this is going to be a matchup of bigs and 3-and-D guys. I think this is the first matchup where Anthony Davis is going to be matched up against a good true big, in Nikola Jokic, someone who is a great offensive player. Has been criticized recently for his defensive, or his lack of defensive play, but just being that big, and he's like an immoving boulder at times. Anthony Davis really needs to step up his game. He's really gonna have to fight for those rebounds that he got pretty easily against the Warriors. It was a little harder against Memphis when he was battling Jarrett Jackson Jr., but Anthony Davis really needs to be special in this series, to keep up with Nikola Jokic. His passing ability is really, really incredible. And just being in that size, if he's not boxing out, he can grab that rebound whenever he wants. Just taking a little hop. If Anthony Davis isn't ready for it, if he's not fighting for those 50-50 balls, Denver's going to get him.
No, yeah. If the Lakers are going to be careless with the ball and not really do anything with it, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long series for the Lakers.
Yeah. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. Thank you for picking it up, Robert. But those 3-point guys also have to be great because Denver's got a handful of them. Jamal Murray able to drive and shoot the three. KCP, they got the rookie Christian Brown. The Lakers have to be great too. Austin Reeves as an offensive threat shooting the three has to be great. Russ has to be great shooting the three. Hopefully they bring back Malik Beasley so that he can provide some of that elite 3-point shooting. And Dennis Schroeder's...
I need D-Lo to get into the paint, low-key.
Yeah. Well, to me, D-Lo's a little small to be getting in the paint against Denver.
But he's fast. He's the fastest one on the court.
Dennis Schroeder is the fastest one on the court. Who are you kidding? Come on,
okay,
man.
But Dennis Schroeder is very careless with the ball.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he was... I think they were trying to do a tandem thing with AD, but it was not working out. Every time Schroeder would give him the ball, AD was never ready. I think it would either be too early or too late.
Yeah.
And it would just be sloppy basketball on Schroeder's part. And we already seen he gets careless picking up texts. So it's like, dude, stop flopping. Just play the damn game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he needs to pick it up as well, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think if the Lakers are able to limit Jamal Murray, have Jokic shoot whatever he wants, man. Let him get 50. Let him get 60. If you're able to limit everyone else to just under double digits, if not maybe 11 points at most, I think you're gonna be just fine. When Denver is hot, Nikola Jokic gets a triple-double with low scoring points. That's when they do the best. When Jokic has above 30, 40 points, 50 points, he's the main scorer. He's the one creating the offense. The Denver Nuggets do poorly in those games. So if you force Nikola Jokic to do everything, we talked about this. It's really hard for one guy to win a basketball game. If your name's not Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum showed that he could do the same. It's really, really difficult to win the basketball game by yourself. So if they're able to limit everyone else scoring wise, especially Jamal Murray, who can get hot so quick, I think the Lakers will be just fine.
All right. So as of right now, where do you see this series ending at?
If I'm being an LA hopeful, Lakers in 7.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is a tough matchup,
All
man.
right.
Where do you see?
I'm going to go Lakers in 6.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that too. Lakers got to be elite, though. Yeah, and like you said before, this is a pandemic. This is a 2020 conference finals rematch. But now with Nikola Jokic having a better entourage, better guys around him, and the Lakers looking a little more fresh than they did back then. Fresh as in a lot of fresh faces, not a young team.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But is that all you have to say in regards to the Western Conference Final?
That's all I have to say for now. I mean, we're really gonna get a sense of this game after the first, or this series after the first game. But yeah, we'll see what it is. And talking about 2020 Western Conference rematch in the Eastern Conference, we got another rematch with the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat, a double rematch actually.
That was a good transition, Danny.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is
But yeah,
oh, go ahead.
after defeating league MVP Joel Embiid, the number 3 Philadelphia 76ers in a blowout Game 7, the Celtics have now advanced to set up an Eastern Conference Final rematch, as you said, with Miami. Miami's path, as we said before, recently ended with the Knicks, or the end of the Knicks series. Prior to that, they beat the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. The Heat have reached this stage last season, but lost in 7 games to Boston as well, the eventual title runner-ups. So, going over the games real quick, Game 1 versus the Celtics, Wednesday, May 17, 8:30 Eastern, TNT. Game 2 will be Friday, May 19th, 8:30 Eastern on TNT. Okay, look, all the games are on TNT, okay?
Yeah. So,
Game 3 is Sunday, May 21st, and in Game 4 is Tuesday, May 23rd. The rest of the games we will go over if necessary, but will also be on TNT.
yeah. East on TNT, West ESPN/ABC.
But mostly on TNT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Western on
West,
ABC, ESPN.
yeah.
Okay, now I know what you mean. Yeah.
So if you're in the West, it's on ESPN on the weekdays, and then if it's on a Saturday, ABC.
Basically, Western Conference ESPN, Eastern Conference TNT.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah, TNT is TNT. That's national TV.
Yeah, so Eastern Conference games will be on TNT, and Western Conference games will be on ESPN and ABC.
Yep.
Did we clarify that? So don't think if you're on the East Coast you can't watch.
Also, not
games.
a sponsor, and none of them is sponsored. Yeah.
But Danny.
This Eastern Conference matchup is, I feel like the Miami Heat have a lot more to prove. Last year it was much closer. They've run it back. Boston Celtics have basically run it back. They picked up Malcolm Brogdon, so they should be a much better team. They should easily kill this Miami Heat team. Last year, they really struggled. They went to Game 7. They barely made it through to the finals. And this year, the Boston stayed on top while the Miami Heat fell all the way to 7th place this year. So Miami has so much more to prove. Jimmy Butler really has to be special, as he always is. Playoff Jimmy is something special. But Boston can't shrink away like they did in that Philly series. They have to be on their defensive game. Miami is great at transition defense. They're great at forcing shots, forcing you to be in an uncomfortable position. The Celtics have to really, really be on top of things, and I think they can definitely do it. So I really like the Celtics in this one, as much as I hate to say it. But I think the Celtics are going to take it. I'll say Celtics in 6, because I think Jimmy Butler can't be discounted.
I'm going to counteract you.
Wow.
And say Miami Heat in 6. Doing some research. Kevin Love is a very important benefactor in this, okay? Because according to this ESPN article I just recently found, Love's team, according to this ESPN article, says Love's teams have played in 14 Eastern Conference playoff series with him on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
They are 14-0 in those matchups. Love played in 12 of those series, missing 2 in 2015 while injured. He's 2-0 in series so far this season with Miami.
Yeah,
All his other East playoff appearances came with Cleveland during his time with LeBron in that era.
Yeah.
But so I think it's gonna be close. I think people for the Heat are gonna want to turn it on.
Oh, of course.
Support Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And you've seen the Celtics crumbled under pressure with the 76ers.
Yeah,
just the 76ers ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And the Celtics, who I don't think are a bad team. I know you're saying that they were pretty bad against the 76ers, but overall in the season, I know towards the end they were rocky, but every time I would turn on my television, I just see, the Celtics are playing really well today. And wow, they're going to do well in the playoffs. I'm like, okay, and these guys have to be the real deal if like all the pundits are saying they're the real deal.
I don't trust anyone in the media, including myself.
Bruh.
But yeah, Jaylen Brown has been consistently a great player. Jason Tatum struggled in that Philadelphia series. He cannot struggle. I think you're right. If I think in your eyes, the Heat are more consistent by putting pressure onto the opposing team. Jason Tatum has to be consistent. Even if he's just doing double digits, 24, 23 points, I want to see nothing less than 19 points from that man. But the Celtics also are going up against a smaller team. Bam Adebayo, the biggest guy, other than Kevin Love, really have to provide a lot of offense against the tall, the lanky, not super athletic. He's a little slow-footed, but Robert Williams III, Al Horford, pretty long, sitting at the 4. The Celtics are a really long, lanky team, and the Heat really have to battle over all that length that took down the 76ers.
Oh, okay. But I think that's all I got in regards to this game. I'm just hoping it's competitive. I'd be really sad if we say it's going to be competitive and it's like a blowout from one side.
Oh, no.
For either of these series.
Yeah. I think we both got Game 6 going opposite ways. It'll be pretty competitive, both of these series.
Yeah, so I have Lakers in 5. No, Lakers in 6. You have Lakers in 7.
Yep.
And then you have Celtics in
6,
and I have Heat in 6.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great to see 2 Game 7s. That'd be awesome.
So basically, at the end of the day, you have Lakers, Celtics, old school rivalry.
Yep, battling for the 18th banner.
And I got Lakers, Heat, 2020 pandemic bubble rematch.
Yep. We'll see what it is.
No, yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Do you have anything else to say in regards to the NBA or NBA playoffs?
I do, but we'll save it for next week.
Okay. Perfect. We have gone a little over time in this portion of our programming, in which now we will move on to the second portion of our show with the NFL. Hey, chill. Hey, chill.
Not a sponsor.
You're gonna get us copyrighted, bro. Yeah. You're gonna get us copyrighted by the NFL, Fox, CBS.
They're not gonna claim this. Come on, man. I didn't do it that well.
You never know. All right.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Yo, I go on American Idol if they copyright claim this. Come on.
Bet. But I know I mentioned this I think briefly last week or an episode ago. The NFL schedules have been released, and of course, I mean, personally, I don't think it's too crazy to be hyped up on the schedule, considering I don't think there's a lot of upsets. They do measure strength of difficulty, which I don't know how when there's no upsets and everyone more or less plays the same teams every year when you're in the same division and conference. But all right, I guess they measure the amounts of wins and I guess player stats. I don't know how they do it, but I digress. But the NFL schedules are out, and some of the teams have found creative ways nowadays to promote / release said schedules. In between, what used to just be popular was that, what's the holiday games? What's the Thanksgiving? What's the Christmas games? But now they've gone more overboard, in which the teams are doing goofy or serious, whoever you follow, whoever you like to see, formats. For example, the Tennessee Titans went out on the streets on Broadway in Tennessee for like I think I heard about 5 hours. The social media found a few non-football fan hopefuls on the street and politely asked them, what are these team logos? And Danny, have you seen this video?
I watched it. Yeah. I think out of the entire schedule, out of all the teams, they guessed 2 right, and that's including the Tennessee Titans. I think one person guessed the Texans correctly, and then that was it. But I mean, it was pretty funny. They would show the logo to the person, and then whatever they guessed, they would slap it as text on top of the logo of the actual team, and then show the date of that game for that week. Pretty funny.
With no explanation, by the way.
Just I love it.
Is that the like, okay, I think I might be wrong with the Texas one, because one girl was like, is that the
Yeah.
Patriots one?
The Patriots?
Is
The
that the
Bulls? The
Patriots?
Patriot Bulls?
Yeah. and then just with the NFL theme song, just da-da-da, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh,
Yeah.
like immediately, no explanation, no nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
so
the
funny.
Bulls.
Yeah.
And it's like, here, this day, that's when they play.
Yeah.
Or one of my favorite one was they showed the Jacksonville Jaguars, and one girl was like,
That's not a
that
real
one
team.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a real team. And that's what they called them. That's not a real team.
Yeah. My favorite one was when they asked an older lady, they showed the logo, and she's like, "Oh, I know that one. That's the Hawks. Sorry, the Eagles. The Eagles." And,
No, she said the Eagles.
yeah,
the Eagles.
she said the Eagles, and then they're like, "Oh, from where? From
They're like,
where?
From where?
She's like, I don't know."
I think she says Pittsburgh.
Oh, she said Pittsburgh.
she
She
said
said Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Oh my god, yeah. And then they showed the logo, Seattle Seahawks. So funny.
That one was a good one. There was like a bridal shower or something.
Yeah, it was like a bachelorette
Man,
party or
which
something
one
like that.
Dang it, which one did they get? I think they got
They
like
got two of them. One of
the
them
bang-
were the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they called them
What-
the Stars.
I think they call them the Dallas Stars or something.
Yeah. And then one of them, they showed the Colts logo, and they said the Cowboys.
Oh, you wanna know what was the best part about that?
Yeah.
The Colts Twitter literally changed their name to we are the Cowboys.
So funny.
That was on their bio or something.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
the Cowboys were in the schedule at all.
No, yeah, that's what made it
Yeah,
hilarious.
so
They're like the
funny.
Cowboys. I think two people said that.
Yeah.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, and it's so funny. Yeah, because they played the Colts twice this year, I guess. So funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what was another like. I think it was the same lady that did the Eagles one.
Yeah.
Or I might miss somebody else. But they showed like a lightning strike.
Yeah.
And like, oh, what is that? Lightning McQueen?
Yeah. The Chargers.
That's what they put. Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. So funny.
But yeah, I mean,
Speaking
I
of the
think that one was
Chargers too.
Oh yeah, the Chargers, Danny.
Yeah.
I put this one on the list on purpose
Yeah, their schedule.
because I know
Video.
you're a big anime fan.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So in the second year in a row, because this is the second iteration of it,
Mhm.
the Chargers released their schedule via animation.
Yeah, like an anime
basically-
opening type of video.
Yeah, so every cutscene or every scene that they showed was animated inspired. So Danny, I see on our little rundown list here, you put some, what'd you say, like shout outs?
Yeah,
I
like
guess,
the little
or
references
Easter
that they
eggs?
made. Yeah, with each like little scene. It opens up with a
Would you like to point out some of them,
yeah,
please?
of course. Yeah, opens up with them falling out of the sky. Classic Naruto reference. The song I think is even like a cover of a very Naruto-esque opening. Then One Punch Man with the robot arm. The next scene I had no goddamn idea. It was like I forget what the team even was, but I think it was another Hunter x Hunter reference. But it was a guy with the Buddha statue behind him. He looked like Nephiro from Hunter x
I'm gonna
Hunter.
start
I
playing
forget
it
the
on my
name.
phone while you describe it
Yeah.
and see if I could catch any.
And then it goes to Teen Titans, for the Tennessee Titans. I forget the next one. Then it was Funny Raiders, little video of them gambling. Then it was Hunter x Hunter and Pokemon for their bye week. Then it was the Cowboys just, making fun of the Cowboys. Social
Which week
media.
is that? Does this?
I forget which
did you
week
happen to
that
catch
is.
it? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if I could catch up in.
Yeah.
looking
Then I
at-
forget what the next one is. Then they have the Bears reference for Chicago. Then they got
I like how there was one that just says, what week is this? Okay, there's one of like the Chargers week 3, the Texans week 4 with like a bull behind them.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. Okay. I'm gonna say it in the most professional way. So, actually no, it's not that one. Okay. So it says week 5 Chargers at Browns, and then it says redacted on advice of our lawyers.
yeah.
It's like pictures of like rainbows and flowers, and it has some sort of Japanese lettering at the bottom.
Yeah. That's the
So I'm
one with
assuming that's the
the
translation.
dog, right?
No, it has like flowers and shit, like rainbow. It's a week. What week is that? Week 5. All right,
I don't remember
Broncos. The Legion of Boom. Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. They got Avatar Last
You didn't put that.
Airbender.
Did you put that one? I don't see
Uh,
it on here.
I might have
I'm
missed that
serious.
one.
Wow,
Writing it out.
You skipped the best American anime. How dare you?
Wow. I mean, they even had other references. They
That
had
was the bye week.
Dragon Ball Z, Game of Thrones, had SpongeBob in there, Full Metal Alchemist. You know, this out of order. Naruto again at the end. A couple of times with Akatsuki and stuff. Yeah, it was
There's
a
like
cool little
some
video.
mechs. There's some mechs in here.
Yeah, a couple of mechs and stuff. Yeah.
I would also like to tell you, according to a video I was watching, I forgot what it was called, but supposedly they made this video in house.
I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, the animation. I mean, it's awesome for what it is for such a short video. All those little scenes are, they look like they're hand drawn, on like drawn tablets and stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
No, yeah. So somebody in the Chargers organization, in the office, whatever they work
Oh,
at.
there's gotta be like a bunch of people. This is probably like a 15, 20 man team, at least.
Yeah, I know, but they made it in house. Like they didn't like go to someone
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
hey, we want an anime video.
Yeah, but I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, I love these creative ways that the teams are releasing their schedules and stuff. I wish more sports and more organizations would do it. You know, engages the fans. You know, I mean, it's really fun to just watch too, and it pulls in more fans. You know.
I mean, everyone kind of did something. You just have to kind of go check them up. I just sent you that one because I know you like anime.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, they were pretty cool. My favorite football team, which is the New Orleans Saints, did something. Okay, I don't think it was as good as this one, but it was still interesting. So what? I'm gonna explain it. I didn't send it to you, but I'm gonna explain it. Okay, basically, they were already teasing it. Like they're like, oh, here's our scripts that we're doing for our schedule, and I thought like, oh, like they're having someone famous like read over, the what's it called, like the script, right?
Yeah.
But they meant literally the scripts.
Oh.
So
I know what you're talking about.
basically, some random guy walks in, and then he's like, "How do you think?" Some of you may be wondering how I got this job. Well, my dad is friends with Roger Goodell or something like that, and that's how I got this
so
gig.
funny.
So it's literally him sitting like in one of their indoor practice facilities, like writing on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And right when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah.
Basically, the man speaking in the video is the script writer for how the season is going to go.
That's like the joke these past few years where, the favorites win out. Games where the underdog looks like they're going to win, all of a sudden the game turns the other way. It's following the script of the franchise or the script of the organization to have the bigger franchise win.
Or that everything is scripted.
Exactly.
So like towards the end of the video, it's basically the guy or the director talking with like the players.
Yeah.
And they're like, one guy's like, "Yeah, I'm the snapper. Could we like have me like dance or something or make my position like sexy?" And he's like, "What's your name? Michael? Okay, all right, let me see. Zach." So I just forgot his name immediately.
So funny.
And then the players are just like, how can we be more involved? He's like, "I don't know. I'll think about it later or whatnot." But yeah, I would say the Chargers one was better, but it took me a hot second to be like, oh, it's an actual everything scripted type of situation going on. But I thought it was pretty good though.
Yeah. Just as a side note, I've got the game going on. I know we weren't going to talk about it, but this is not really about the game. There was an Indiana Jones commercial that incorporated the NBA. You know how they do those commercials sometimes?
Yes.
I think they accidentally put the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns instead of the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets in there as the two teams going against each other in the Western Conference Finals.
Ha!
Yeah, just a funny little thing I just saw.
It happens.
Back to the NFL.
Bruh. But yeah, I was gonna say if you love the NFL and you have your favorite team, make sure you go check out their Twitter, their Instagram. If they have a TikTok, check out what they did. I'm trying to see what else. I mean, there was one team. Dang, I forgot who it was. I should have wrote it down. They released their schedule via putting like song names and like song covers. Like they would show the name, the artist, and like the album cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, either the song or the album cover was describing like like the team. I think it was the Cardinals. Because in one of the pictures, it was like edited pictures from the Super Bowl when they lost, and I forgot who it was. Was it? I forgot who it was, but whoever caught the ball with their 2 feet in bounds on their tippy toes. But I think they edited the picture so it looks like only 1 foot is in bounds, so the touchdown doesn't count.
Yeah.
So like, one of the videos I was watching about, they're like, dude, you need to get that shit out of here, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. This doctoring, man.
No,
Trying to set these teams up as cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, let me see. Where is it? I think it was the Cardinals. Let me see. Did I spell Arizona wrong? Arizona. Because, like, would you say any, like, other sports team does anything similar to this or no?
Outside the NFL, not really. I mean, in the NBA, the schedule is released by the NBA. You know, typically gets leaked. You know, quote unquote leaked.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, it was the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, this is great. I mean, on the individual social media, sometimes they have like the teams read it as if it's like the Oscars or something. You know, it's like, you know, whatever the social media team for each organization does, or franchise decides to do. But you know, I wish they would all do something a little more fun like this, engage the fan base a little bit.
Okay. Like I said, I did see it was the Cardinals, so they're facing the Steelers, in which they put a song called 1 Foot by Walk the Moon.
Oh.
And like I said, it's supposed to be that he only had 1 foot in bounds.
Yeah.
They're also playing the wait, who are they playing? I can't tell. Oh, I guess they're playing the Eagles, because I think this joke only works on the Eagles, because it has a picture of a guy from the Chiefs in here too. Oh, yeah, they are playing the Eagles. It's a picture from Drake's album. I don't know. I don't listen to Drake. It says, "Hold On, We're Going Home," by Drake and Mahid Jordan. So I guess it's a joke saying that the Eagles are going home because they lost in the Super Bowl.
I see.
And then they're playing the Commanders, the Washington Commanders, with the picture of the pig mascot. Did my laptop just make a loud noise? I can't tell. Sorry about that. So it has a picture of their mascot, and it says it's Peppa Pig.
That's funny.
Apparently they're playing the Texans, in which it's another Drake song. Drake and Travis Scott, Fair Trade with Travis Scott. And I guess it's supposed to be I did hear dirt about this one. It was supposed to be someone was desperate to leave the Texans or something, and that they made like a bad trade. So that's a deep cut. Let me see what else is here.
That's funny.
Someone has a picture of a Browns player, or the Cardinals have a picture of a Browns player next to a picture of squeaky toy sound effect, sounds dogs love, because the Browns also go by the dog pound.
Oh, I see.
Let me see. Oh, here's a picture of the Cardinals against the Niners, in which the Cardinals put a picture of the third string quarterback for the Niners, and put "Irreplaceable" by Beyonce. Because the Niners lost both their quarterbacks.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, they went to their third string in the Super Bowl. I remember that.
Oh, here's the Cowboys one's pretty good. So it's a picture of Dak Prescott, and it's Post Malone, "I Fall Apart." Because the Cowboys fell apart.
Yep.
But yeah, I digress in the Cardinals schedule release format.
Wait, did I say the Super Bowl? That's wrong. It was before
What
the
do you
Super Bowl. The Niners.
For which one?
The Niners losing to the Rams that season, right?
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs, yeah.
No, the Niners lost to the Eagles.
To the Eagles. That's right. Yeah, but in that game they went to their third string.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, in that game, because they had already lost Garoppolo.
Yep.
Then they went to I'm forgetting.
They went to the second string guy, who did pretty well.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then
he did not.
And then he got interested.
He did not.
Well, I mean,
he held
it up. Yeah, the second guy. And then he got hurt, and then they had to go to their third guy.
Oh no, yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. But I digress. Let me see how much more time we have in regards to the NFL here. We got a couple more minutes, which I'll just fly through very quickly, unless you have anything else to say.
No.
Danny.
Hit that schedule, my boy.
Alrighty. Yeah. So if you love the NFL, go check out the schedules. They're on NFL.com. social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatnot. But there are a few games I like to point out. There's the international games and the holiday games. For international games this year, we have the Falcons against the Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in London, UK, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on October 1st, Week 4. You can watch that game on ESPN+. The Jaguars play the Bills in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London, UK, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on October 8th, Week 5. You can watch on NFL Network. The Ravens play the Titans at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, UK, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on October 15th, Week 6. Watch the game on NFL Network. Then the Dolphins and the Chiefs play at Frankfurt Stadium in Frankfurt, Germany at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on November 5th, Week 9. You can watch the game on the NFL Network. Then to wrap up the international games, the Colts and the Pats play at Frankfurt Stadium, Frankfurt, Germany, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on November 12th, Week 10. Watch the game on NFL Network. In regards to the holiday games here in the United States, the Thanksgiving games in particularly, we have the Packers at the Lions, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the game on Fox. Commanders versus the Cowboys, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, CBS. Then we have the Seahawks versus the 49ers, which may or may not have maybe scheduled, but I was able to find 8:20 p.m. Eastern, so about 5 p.m. Pacific. You can watch the game on NBC. Then Black Friday, there's a Black Friday game for some reason. I don't know why. This is the only thing that bothers me. Too much football. The Dolphins at the Jets, 3 p.m. Eastern, which you can only watch on Amazon Prime. Then on Christmas Day, very rarely, well, how would you say, consistently rarely, they play games on Christmas, which is fine. Raiders at Chiefs, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Giants at Eagles, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And this game as well, I don't think it has a set time yet, but it's the Ravens at the 49ers on ABC. Then lastly, to wrap it up, there will be a New Year's Eve game, which will be between the Bengals at the Chiefs, 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS, which there should be more games that day. But of course, some of the games are not always scheduled correctly or prepared. Like, they probably don't have a time or a broadcast network yet. So, but yeah, those are some of the games. I did hear that there will be some exclusive playoff games, mostly in the wild card. So that's a developing story, which we'll talk more about later. But yeah, Danny, do you have anything else to talk about in regards to the NFL?
No, other than the fact that I'm surprised that they're going to play on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is typically, NBA reserve day. I know there's sometimes a couple of games earlier on in the day, but yeah, to hear that they have a handful of games scheduled, yeah, maybe it's a scheduling move for them to keep those games on Christmas Day, so that later on, the teams have a little bit more flexibility in the TBD scheduled games. But interesting.
Well, because I think they're going to split the games, so
Yeah.
Christmas Eve games and Christmas Day games, so not everyone's all working on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah,
So I think that's why they did it.
I see.
But yeah, usually they do play on Christmas. If it's on a Sunday, they're playing football.
Yeah,
Unless it's college football, that's different.
yeah. Oh, is Christmas on a Sunday this year? I thought it was on a
Christmas Eve
Monday.
is on Sunday, and then Christmas is on Monday.
Yeah.
But by the time we get to like Christmas, a lot of the games should be wrapping up already, so
Yeah.
we might not see too many games.
All right.
But yeah, that was our NFL schedule talk for this portion of our podcast. We're going into the warm-up now. Are you ready to get hot and heated?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So for this week's warm-up, in which I would like to transition in this way. In the Chargers anime schedule release, there is two familiar faces for myself, in which we had Pat McAfee and his co-host from the Pat McAfee Show, a show that I would say kind of inspires what I do now. And I'm bringing that up because as of this recording, the Pat McAfee Show will be moving to ESPN, ESPN Plus, and also on ESPN's YouTube channel. The Pat McAfee Show has been around for a couple years. I would say it's really quirky, sometimes professional, because they usually get some good resources, especially on Tuesdays when they have Aaron Rodgers roll up. And they just talk sports, and it's a good time. It's unapologetically. Did I say that right? Unapologetically,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
You know, uncensored, unfiltered, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of cursing, okay?
Yeah, which I like.
There's a lot of
for a show.
cursing. There's a lot of cursing, and there's a lot of misinformation.
Oh.
But not like in the bad way. Not spreading bad things. They're just projecting or guessing things at times.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think that's
And-
fine.
I mean, it's all jokes,
Yeah.
mostly,
Okay,
as well.
awesome.
Like, they cap on each other and whatnot. But they have a good team over there. And the reason why I bring that up is because I occasionally watch their show. I like watching their clips, and I think they're funny. I feel like it's reasonably good to watch. You know, it's not too serious, but they do get NFL people. They get basketball people. They get whoever comes onto the show, basically.
That's pretty cool.
But it's grown up. They have a pretty good setup now with, like, a whole ass basketball court. A little, I know you'll like this. They have, like, the little putt green.
Oh yeah, like a little putting green.
Yeah, they have a bunch of stuff now. Like, the show's grown a lot. But I bring this up because a lot of people in social media were like, "Wow, they're going to ESPN. Like, it's gonna kind of ruin the show because it's a mainstream media." And that's what makes the show golden, is that it's, you know, independent.
Yeah.
They don't reserve. Well, I mean, they reserve their right to basically do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Pat, he's a goofball. He could be an idiot as well, which he knows, and he admits it multiple times. But at the same time, he's always done his own thing. In which, now I want to ask you this question, Danny.
Yeah.
Do you prefer traditional media, like watching stuff on ESPN or Fox, or finding something that you could relate more to, like on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram? Or like a podcast like us, basically.
Yeah. So typically, most of my stuff is like social media, or like independent stuff. I watch a lot of people on YouTube for NBA stuff, general sports stuff on YouTube as well. You know, a couple podcasts here and there. The only real traditional media that I watch for NBA is pretty consistently is you know, the TNT NBA show with Ernie and the guys. Yeah, that's really the only traditional media I watch, other than when I watch the games and, you know, I'm forced to sit through that stuff. But yeah, I really like the independent stuff. You know, like you said, it's more raw. It's a bit more unfiltered. I mean, at least the stuff that I watch. Yeah, but ESPN, I feel like, is trying to capture some of that magic that those guys at the NBA on TNT have captured. You know, they still do whatever they want. You know, they're kind of restricted by FCC and whatever. So I bet, you know, some of that cursing is gonna have to get cut down, unless it's on a clip on YouTube. They might censor it.
He already said.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but in the like announcement video, he already said, he's like, we're gonna try to keep everything the same. He's like, the only thing we're not gonna say is, and like, I hate how he like covers his mouth, but like he still says it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is on YouTube.
Yeah.
He goes, we're not gonna say fuck as much anymore.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
everything else should be the same. You know, there was that one documentary with Michael Jordan
mhm.
that had cursing in it on ESPN. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
So
it depends on what it is, and I think the FCC gives you like 2 of each or something like that, before you have to bleep it.
well, remember, this is cable as well.
Yeah.
They can kind of do whatever, but they still want to keep it respectable.
Yeah, because the FCC is so fickle. You know, like if they decide to, they can just fine you for, you know, obscene whatever, because you know, it's changing your rating of the show and whatnot. Unless you get every show
Right,
rated
that's also
before it
true.
goes up and whatnot. But you know, I'm sure they might keep like some clips just for YouTube, or like extended clips that when they go to commercial or whatever, on the show. I bet they'll keep some of that magic for YouTube, so that the show stays, you know, a little more homey, a little more homegrown. But yeah, I really like those kinds of shows too, where you know, they build their rapport, the dynamic,
fan base.
exactly. The fan base follows them as the show grows. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I mean, I'm glad because I know like he's always talked about. He's like, yeah, dude, like we're literally recording this in like one of my spare rooms at my old house, and no network or anybody wanted to throw me a bone.
Yeah.
But now like everybody is like wanting to like get a piece of this because like there's a lot of people that follow it. Pat McAfee does a lot of stuff. I would like to point out though, they had beef him and ESPN because at some point ESPN told all their reporters and analysts do not go to Pat McAfee.
That's so funny.
Because I mean, ESPN reserves the right to withhold any employee from going on to
Yeah, whatever other competition show, sure.
Yeah, I know, but it's Pat McAfee. What?
Yeah.
What?
And that's
Wait. At the same time, though, I'm on Pat McAfee's side because what is Pat McAfee and his homies going to do better? Obviously, they're doing something totally different, but what are they going to do that's better than your guys' traditional, more, how would you say, not acceptable, but more reliable,
more
source
mainstream, mainstream media information and whatnot. And it's crazy because that's such an old school way of thinking. You know, nowadays, especially with YouTube clips and collaborations, like it sucks to say, but social media, like videos and whatnot, you collaborate for exposure at times. So you're not getting paid, but you're going on another show to get exposure, to bring some of that fan base back with you when you go back to your own show. That's what ESPN should have done. If you're trying to go to if you're competing with Pat McAfee, who has a homegrown audience and has like a growing fan base, you want to recapture some of that, go on their show that you're still a little fun too, but you just can't do it on TV. It's like a win-win situation. But now that they brought him on, this is, I think, their way of saying, like, we kind of fucked up. Pat McAfee got bigger than we thought he would be, and we want a little piece of the action.
No, yeah, and it was just funny because they were like hating on ESPN for a bit, and ESPN put out a tweet or something. They're like, "Oh no, we're cool."
That's
I'm
funny,
like, bruh. It was so silly.
Yeah.
I mean, I like I said, they reserve the right to do that, but I was like, bro, dude, they're not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, personally, I like both. I mean, I'm not gonna say I wake up every day in the morning how I used to watch SportsCenter anymore, like when I was a kid, because like I didn't have a phone and access to a laptop all the time. So that was literally how I would get my sports news, or even when I was younger, like I'm speaking like middle school, but even like when I was younger, like 3rd, 4th grade, like I didn't have cable, so I would watch like our local KTLA broadcast and watch them try to talk about sports.
Yeah.
Which was fine because it was all just Lakers, Dodgers, USC, like the teams I follow over here. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like that was the way I was getting my sports fix. But then, yeah, once I got like cable, I was watching SportsCenter. I was watching PTI, Pardon the Interruption, was still my favorite show. Even whenever I don't watch it, but I'll watch the clips, and it's still good. Then the NFL Network came around, and sometimes I would run home just to watch the top 10 highlights or the ending of it and see if my team was like on the top 10. But now like there's like dozens of different shows, not just on cable but on YouTube, which I would like to also shout out another good show that I like to watch every here and there. John Boy Media, they do a lot of more baseball content. They're starting to get more into like football and basketball, but mostly they talk baseball. But they also do like goofy stuff too, so I like watching them. They're out there in New York doing their thing. But yeah, they do a lot of baseball content, lip readings. But yeah, like they're also not as extreme as Pat McAfee, but they're also independently run. They do their own thing. They have their own sponsorships. But yeah, that's my opinion about it. But yeah, I think nowadays I do lean more towards just social media. I mean, I can just pick up my phone, go on my laptop, go on my. I'm speaking first world problems. I'm benefiting from having a PlayStation and watching YouTube on my TV. So yeah, it's a little more convenient in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays too, it's just more digestible. I mean, the mainstream media is trying, they're kind of tailoring their stuff to clips now, a bit more, but I don't think they're doing it in the right way. They're just saying outrageous things so that you can get like a 2-minute, 3-minute clip. of two
Stephen A.
people.
Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
Exactly. Shannon Sharp, like they're, that's not the way to be digestible. Most of the guys that I watch, they're summarizing or they're putting their opinions, just like we do in like smaller bits. We're a little bit more wordy about it because it's a podcast, but they're just condensing the stuff, condensing their opinion into like 15-minute videos to hit a couple of topics, sometimes just one. The video essays are much more condensed, that summarize like years of a rivalry or whatever, a little bit of history of the game and whatnot.
Yeah, I like watching those too.
Yeah.
Like those like little like mini doc, like 10-minute videos.
Yeah.
That some random guy with 10,000 subscribers made.
Yeah, like
I like those.
yeah, one I watched today
Like-
was it was like ranking LeBron's NBA playoff rivals. Yeah, that was a great video. By I forget who it is. If you want to keep talking, I can find who it is. Shout him out.
Oh no, yeah. I was gonna say, remember like last week I was telling you about the baseball one. The guy, I don't know his name, but the channel's called Baseball Doesn't Exist, and basically he does like, I would say long format, 15-20 minute videos on like whatever baseball topic. Like the other day I was watching another one about the baseball classic,
Yeah,
saying like how Team USA is sucking at baseball and the MLB loves it, and he was explaining like why is that the case, and like how a lot of MLB players are just, for some reason, ever since the beginning of this tournament, which is owned by the MLB, by the way,
Mhm.
the World Baseball Classic has not favored the U.S. well up until 2017, when they basically were about to be eliminated and were gonna look like fools.
yeah,
And that's what he was explaining. He's like, yeah, in Korea and Japan, they were literally about to have a brawl before the game even started.
yeah,
Because they just hated each other and were just talking shit. And in like that, like respectful, like Asian way. I don't know. It was like very weird. Like, all it
watch
was-
what you say, my boy.
I know, but let me explain, because dang, I'm forgetting his name. But one guy was just like, oh yeah, I think we have a better team. The Koreans, they just can't compete with us.
Yeah,
And just that one statement like made a shitstorm.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of history between, like, especially when you get to like nations. A lot of history between
Yeah.
Korea and Japan.
Politics and and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I understood that. That's why. Now do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Am
I see what you're saying.
I'm not racist.
Yeah, no.
I'm not racist.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Check
like it's
yourself.
more than a baseball game. It's like the Olympics
It's
when
life.
when the U.S. was beating Germany when Germany was Nazi Germany was allowed to compete. It's
Yeah.
like it's more than just a sport. It's showing that
Hmm.
it's like the forces of good versus evil in a different light.
Which is basically what the guy was explaining in the video, and
Yeah.
how I think I'm sorry, my memory is failing me, but I think either Korea won the first two and the Japan won the last one,
Yeah.
or Japan won the first two and Korea won. No, I think Japan won. No, I think Japan won the first two and then Korea won the last one, which was like the main one. And then the guy was like, that was the worst loss in my career.
Oh damn.
Yeah, because he did not want to lose to Korea.
Yeah. I mean,
But
neither team
wait,
wants to
what you
lose, but the guy's name is Alvini Linguini. If you guys want to check him out, he does cool little video
Alright.
essays on
for sure.
the NBA and stuff.
Can you say that again one more time? His name?
Yes, his name is Alvini, Alvini, Linguini, Linguine. Yeah, he does video essays.
Shout out to
Shout
you.
outs. Yeah. I think that like those little rivalries and whatever.
Documentaries.
Yeah. Documentaries and sorry, I totally forgot what we were talking about. We got a little deep on
We're
the
talking
MLB
about,
stuff.
do you
Yeah.
want to watch social media stuff
Yeah.
or mainstream
Yeah,
stuff?
typically
on
I'll
sports?
watch like the video essays on YouTube, a couple podcasts here and there, but yeah, just able to condense like those like complex topics where like that, where MLB is owning those like the World Baseball games. It's like no mainstream media is gonna pick that up
Does
and
stuff
do
like
like
that
a
anymore.
15-minute piece on that. It's just a different style of content.
Yeah, because it's directly what you're looking for.
Yeah. or you don't even know you're looking for it.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I like those too as well. I like it when you find those like random videos.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else to say in regards to your decision on picking modern sports social media?
No, I think, yeah, just what I said earlier. I mean, mainstream media is taking the wrong approach. Clips and stuff are great and all, but if your broadcast is entertaining, I think TNT does it in clip format ish already, but they're still getting the information to you. If they have hot takes, they're not forcing it. It's just two guys talking about their opinion. Oops, excuse me. It's just two guys talking about their opinion and whatnot. And it doesn't seem like, they're making these outrageous things just for, outrage views and whatever. But yeah, I prefer.
All I'm gonna say is what? What are you
No,
gonna
go
say?
ahead. That's the reason I prefer the social media, the smaller content. Yeah, it just doesn't seem
I'm gonna
forced.
say this. Where the ring though, Chuck?
Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is? Like those are just like two guys joshing around.
Yeah. But at least it's entertaining.
Exactly.
But is that all you have to say? 'Cause I'm good on my part.
That's it for me.
All right then. So we're warmed up now. We're gonna go into the rundown. Du-du-du-du-du. That's my We Could Temp at a theme song. But yeah. So in the rundown for this week, we got a few things. I have moved up this specific topic, which has been at the bottom, and I apologize. I have to give out an apology.
Yeah.
I apologize to all the hockey people, because one, I'm doing a terrible job covering hockey. If you follow on Instagram and Twitter, that's the best thing you're getting.
Yep.
And second of all, I have been saying this wrong. It's not called the NHL playoffs.
It's the
It's
Stanley
called
Cup.
the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah.
I apologize to my hockey enthusiasts.
Yeah. We're skating on thin ice.
Around. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I like that. But they have finally reached also the conference finals, in which I'll just go very quickly. In the Western Conference Finals, we have the Vegas Golden Knights facing off the Dallas Stars, which, to my knowledge and doing research, is a rematch. The first game of the series will be Friday, May 19th in Vegas, at 8 p.m. on Sportsnet and CBC. Wait, what? No, that's wrong. Scratch that. But the next game will be Sunday, May 21st in Vegas as well, 3 p.m. Then Tuesday, May 23rd at Dallas, and then Game 4 will be May 25th at Dallas as well. Then in the East, we have the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Florida Panthers. It's Thursday, May 18th at Carolina, Saturday, May 20th at Carolina, Monday, May 22nd at Florida, and then Game 4 will be Wednesday, May 24th at Florida. And of course, there are extra games if necessary. Danny, if you can guess, who do you think is going to win from the Golden Knights and the Stars? Just guess. Just pick one.
No. I'm saying Golden Knights.
All right, Vegas.
Yep.
And in the East, who do you got?
In the East, I am going to take the Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay, I'm going to go no. Dang it. I hate both these teams. All right. I'm going to go Knights, and then I'm going to go Hurricanes.
Got them.
All right. That was our Stanley Cup playoff talk for today. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
Moving on, in the MLS, some soccer news. Check this out, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what the organization leading the charge for the MLS bid has reportedly been leaked, in which this organization will pay an expansion fee to join MLS, an amount of $500 million.
Holy.
Danny, that's the most. In 2019, the Charlotte organization that paid to join the league very recently, about 2-3 years ago, paid only $325 million.
Yeah.
That's the most out of any team currently.
Damn.
Dude, that's just insane. And then also, there's supposed to be a link going to go up that reads, I think, FC San Diego So people are thinking that's what they're going to trademark themselves
Oh,
as.
come on. San Diego?
So, yeah.
Damn. All right.
So FC San Diego is going to exist, which may or may not run out of town the current second division team, which is doing really well, by the way, which I think I've mentioned before in the past, is coached and managed by one Landon Donovan. It's the San Diego Loyal, which I've seen they've been getting good crowds. So let's see what happens to them. I don't think it's the same organization that's in charge of that team as well.
Yeah.
Because we did see what happened in St. Louis when their expansion team came. It was the same organization, same ownership group, and they had to disband. I think what was it, St. Louis FC? No, excuse me. It was St. Louis something. They disappeared, wiped from the face of the earth because they moved guys second team, and yeah, they dumped that team, unfortunately.
I don't think San
Which kinda
Diego has
sucks.
the market to support two teams.
No, well, one's a Division 2 and MLS is going to be Division 1. So you think all those Division 2 supporters for the San Diego Loyal are going to jump ship?
No, I don't think they're going to be able to pull enough people who are already going that direction. I guess I'm talking about fans. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about players. I just don't think they're able to
that's
fill
what I'm saying.
those seats out. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think to my knowledge, they're going to play at Snapdragon Stadium, which just opened up.
Mhm.
And I think the San Diego Wave, the girls team, has been pulling in big numbers as well. And I think they just had a game there, which had a couple thousand people for a women's soccer match. So I think people are jonesing for some soccer down there in San Diego.
Damn.
But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. There's been multiple teams that have been added to the MLS already with very popular second division sides. So like in Miami, when they added Inter Miami, you already had Miami FC, you already had Miami United. So it's like, what do you do here? And if you want to, you can even add the other Florida teams like the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I know they're different areas, but still, Tampa Bay is really popular. They also won the USL Championship a couple years ago. So you just have to see what happens in regards to, the team joining the league. I guess the counter example would be North Carolina against Charlotte.
Mhm.
I think it's North Carolina FC. They were kind of popular. They added the girls team, which is really popular, and then the guys team just like their quality, their play, they started sucking. Fans disappeared. And I'm 100% sure a lot of those fans that disappeared came back to the sport of soccer and jumped ship to Charlotte. Division 1, plays at a bigger stadium,
Yeah.
better amenities. You can watch the games probably a little bit better on television.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I don't see it panning out in San Diego. I just I don't know. It seems like too small of a market to have two teams. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm talking. Well, that's what I'm saying. One's Division 1,
Yeah.
one's Division 2, Danny. That's the major difference. The Division 2 team's not playing in a big stadium.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just in general, like, LA has the Clippers and the Lakers. The Clippers, even though they play at the same stadium, they're getting their own stadium, it's like less than 30% of LA NBA fans are Clippers fans. But it's such a big city, such a big area, because you're capturing like LA County, even down
You're
to
bringing
Orange
in
County.
casual fans.
Exactly. It's such a big market that you can pull those guys in. Orange County people become Clippers fans for whatever fucking reason. It's so big that they pull people that way. But I don't know if it'll be enough for. Maybe they're hoping to do the same, get those Orange County fans to like move out to San Diego for those like weekend games. But in the weekday, I don't think people are gonna make that drive like that.
Probably not, but we'll have to wait and see. I would like to also mention the Clippers used to be in San Diego, which is why they're called the Clippers, because the Clippers, I believe, is a boat of some kind.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, but
Yes, it's something in nautical talk.
and look
That's
what
why they're called the Clippers.
look what happened. Started in San Diego. Where did they go? To the bigger market in LA. Even though
There you go.
you're capturing a smaller percent of the market overall, the fan base, the money is bigger. Yeah, I just don't see it panning out in San Diego.
So you think that second division team's going to disappear?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're going to move somewhere else.
Or the MLS team's not going to work out.
Yeah, is that like official that they're going to expand in San Diego?
It's not, but it's heating up.
Yeah,
a lot.
I think it's going to go somewhere else. I don't think it's going to go San Diego. Just doesn't make sense to me.
That's the only one. It was Sacramento, but that one fell through.
Yeah, I mean,
so
Sacramento's kind of too close to the roots too. I don't know. Man.
Oh no, well that's also second division. You would be speaking about San Jose.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Oh well, quick backstory. Sacramento was officially announced by the league, but it was a handshake deal. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the main investor backed out, and it all came crumbling down very quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, it was a handshake deal, which I don't know why they did that. Why would you not sign paperwork? So hopefully this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they're gonna do, because that was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
But do you have any other opinions in regards to the most likely possible addition of a San Diego team in the MLS?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay then. From very confusing paperwork and contract situation in MLS, the XFL, after a rough start in 2020, disappearing, coming back and help with The Rock, finally finished a season after almost 20 plus years. The XFL has concluded, in which the Arlington Renegades defeated the DC Defenders 35-26. The Renegades win the latest edition of the XFL in 2023, which is all I got to say. I wasn't able to watch the game, unfortunately, but I have been seeing on social media, on Instagram, a lot of XFL players are getting picked up or scouted by the NFL, so the XFL is doing its job currently, getting people to the next level, basically, which is good. I think it's going to help the sport. The NFL is already huge in the U.S., which is cool and all, but there's no second division. There's no developmental side for it, because you have these large rosters of guys, and it's like, what do you do with them? Well, now you can send them to the XFL or scout them from the XFL, and that's how they get reps. So yeah, that's the XFL news. And Danny, we got our last topic for today here with NASCAR. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Your boy William Byron wins the Goodyear 400 in Darlington, North Carolina, giving him 3 wins on the season. And yes, Danny, he did wear a big hat.
Mm-hmm. Big hat boy.
I don't know if you want to check it out again. And this time it was not Valvoline, or what did I say last time? Vaseline?
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, he's wearing a, how do you say it? AXALTA?
AXALTA. Axolotl?
Yeah. What company is that? I don't know. Not too familiar with my car brands, unfortunately. But I did see. I don't know why NASCAR did this. So he drives the number 24. My favorite NASCAR driver was number 24. It was formerly occupied by Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
And they made a post that said, "Oh, the number 24 car now has 100 wins." Dude, Jeff Gordon has 90 of those. Yeah. Why would you post that?
So
that
funny.
Makes no sense. That makes no sense. But congratulations to William Byron for getting another W. I think that puts him on the top of the list in the standings. Let me see. Let's look at the playoff standings. Yeah. William Byron, number 1, with 3 wins. Kyle Larson with 2 wins. Kyle Busch with 2 wins. And then it goes down with down the table with people with at least 1 win. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at 9th. And then after that, it's all points, in which number 10 is rounded out by one Ross Chastain, who found himself in another wreck. It was his own fault this time. Tried to squeeze a guy against the wall, and that guy ended up turning him into the wall. And he's like, my bad. But yeah, I saw a clip of his car, and his car was all beat up. It didn't even look that bad of a crash. It's not like he was just grinding up against the wall the whole time, which I think just messed up the car.
Yeah.
It's always your own people that do it to you. In this case, it was himself.
Yeah. You're your own worst enemy. Damn.
Are you ready for this next coming race, it's going to be the All-Star race, in which, to my knowledge, they race for money.
Oh, snap. Okay. For charity or what?
No, they race for money,
Oh,
for cash.
for real? They get the money? Where the fuck? Why are they getting money?
Yeah.
Should go to charity.
I don't know. Well, because let me also finish. So it's not, so it's an all-star race. So sometimes what it is, they'll get like if Jeff Gordon wants to, he's still in good shape. He can still race.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's not like
not just
too
the people
serious.
in the scene.
Or whoever wants to roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah. To my, unless it's changed, I need to do a little more research after this. But that's how it used to be when I used to see it. So yeah, like first place gets a couple thousand, 100,000, whatever.
Damn.
And then it like goes down. But yeah, should be a fun time. The next, it's gonna be the All-Star race on Sunday, May 21st, and then that's at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. The All-Star Open, and then the All-Star race is on FS1 at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that would be at North Wilkesboro racetrack. Remember I was telling you they were renovating a racetrack?
Yeah.
It was that one.
I see.
So it's gonna be it's a small track, so gonna be looking for a lot of bumper to bumper driving in this one. But do you have anything else to add to our wonderful sports podcast today, Danny?
I got nothing left in me.
All right, and then I guess I'm gonna start wrapping this up here. Thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff. If you're listening on YouTube, or watching on YouTube, I should say, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. If you're on Spotify, give us the 5 stars if possible. The follow as well. If you're listening on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. What else are we on? I think that's more or less all of it. Oh, Spotify for podcasters.
Anywhere you listen to podcasts, please give us a like, comment, review. 5 stars if possible.
Helps us in the long run.
Yes.
If you want to hear more from us on the socials, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Rambling Runoff. Once again, on Twitter and Instagram at Rambling Runoff. You can also find us at Rambling Runoff on TikTok sometimes, when we feel like it, you know. But that's been our show for today. I've been your host, Robert Rios. For Danny Tan, my co-host, we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.